Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev is finally going to happen. I'm excited for this fight. This is a very dangerous fight for Robert Whittaker because lately Robert Whittaker has had a hard time getting back to the title. Let alone the title, winning the title, but getting there and winning the title back since he had got beat for it 5 years ago by Israel Adesanya. And then he got another crack at Israel, lost again, and then he got knocked out last year by Dricus, who obviously is the best middleweight in the world. Look what he's been doing to people. So, for Khamzat, I still think this is a mismatch for Khamzat. And again, nothing against Khamzat. I'm a big fan of his. But the fights that he had with Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman is probably his hardest fights. And let's be honest, both those guys have had a hard time winning lately. He had struggled with those guys because he ended up getting huge leads in both those fights. But he fights sloppy, and he gets tired way too fast, and he lets the other guy hang around and beat him up and get some good hits in that fight and makes the fight more competitive than what it probably should have been. Now, this fight will depend on Khamzat Chimaev. If he goes in there with Whittaker and doesn't blitz and he fights smart, picks his shots. Look at Francis Ngannou, for example, how he beat Stipe in the rematch versus how he lost the first time. First time, he probably should have won that fight, and the second fight proved that. But he went in there and blitzed him the first time, he gassed himself out, and then Stipe managed to pick him apart, bully him, and pull away with a big win and embarrass him pretty much. Now, the second fight didn't go that way. Francis still hit hard. Obviously, he knocked him out, but he picked his shots. He was patient. He wasn't overly aggressive, and he picked the time and the perfect opportunity to get the win. If Khamzat takes that approach with Robert Whittaker, he should beat him within 2 rounds. That's my honest opinion. He can do it. But I don't see that happening because he has, up to this point, shown me nothing to show me where he should be able to do that. He keeps making the same mistakes. He did it with Burns. He did it with Usman. He was lucky it didn't cost him. Unlike those two guys, Whittaker is a lot, and again, nothing against either guy, but Whittaker is still hungry. He still has the right attitude. He still grinds it out every day in the gym. He's still in his prime. He still wants to fight, and he's still dangerous. And he's a guy that does not get tired. And unless you put him away early, he could definitely put you away or pick you apart and get you by decision. So with that being said, what I see happening is Khamzat goes in there and tries to blitz, takes it down, beats him up. I see Whittaker surviving that storm. Come late first round, they end up getting back to their feet, and Whittaker starts picking them apart with leg kicks, with jabs, with the occasional blitzes, to where Khamzat swings a lot and misses. And then come rounds 2 and 3. And again, if this is a 5-round fight, it gets even worse for Khamzat, in my opinion, because he's going to be that tired. You'll see Whittaker shoot in for takedowns, pull him into the clinch, and leg sweep him and take him down. And again, Khamzat's probably bigger and stronger than Whittaker, but because you're big and, again, if you're tired and you lose all your energy, it doesn't really matter anymore. So I have Robert Whittaker winning by unanimous decision. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if at one point when he's beating up Khamzat, if Khamzat goes the way I think he's going to go, unless I'm wrong here, because I've been wrong before. I wouldn't be surprised if he picks him apart and the referee steps in there and stops it if he's getting beat up too much. But in my honest opinion, give me Robert Whittaker comfortably. He pulls away. Unanimous decision. Think back to Maurice Smith versus Mark Coleman.